Have you seen the trailer for 28 years later?
Shoot, my bad. Years.
Have you seen the trailer for 28 years later?
Yes.
You actually?
Yeah.
How many times you watched
like
it?
3 or 4 times.
Okay. The first thing I want to talk about.
Uh-huh.
How crazy is the music on the trailer?
Oh my
The editing of this trailer,
dude.
this might be the best edited trailer I've ever seen. And it's like, you praise movie, like film editors all the time, but like, do people give enough praise to editors of trailers?
I was clinched, dude.
I know.
Watching that.
Oof. The comments on YouTube were like, whoever made this trailer deserves an Oscar. It's like, yeah,
100%.
I agree. The music, whatever the voice was, scared the shit out of me. Yeah.
Again.
It was so
good.
freaky. I'm sure, did you catch Cillian Murphy in the background?
Like the dead guy.
Dead Cillian Murphy?
Yeah.
That people are saying might be Cillian Murphy or
It
might
might
not be.
be. It might
I mean,
be.
he did produce it. So I saw somebody comment on the YouTube video of the trailer that said, I was 43 when 28 years later came out, or 28 days later came out. I'm going to be 65 when this comes out. And it said, period, cherish your life, everyone. And I was like, that is so depressing.
Dude,
basing your entire
whoa.
life on when movies come out.
That is insane.
Anyways, why we're here, why the internet is blowing up about this trailer, other than the fact that it's fantastic. Supposedly, it was filmed on an iPhone.
It was filmed on iPhone 15.
The entire movie was filmed on an iPhone 15 Pro Max.
Let me say, the first time I heard that is the reason why I watched the trailer for the second time. And then
Agreed.
for the third time.
Agreed.
And wow. Amazing. I didn't notice it the
Yeah.
first time.
No, I didn't. I was also watching on my phone the first time, so it's like, I don't know what the quality's like.
Right.
I mean, my phone quality sure looks good. I don't know on my phone.
Like, okay. Have you seen the photo of the iPhone?
Yeah.
That
It's
is-
rigged up.
That is not an iPhone.
Hey, yeah, it is beefy. Which photo were you talking about? I've seen 2 of them.
The one where it's on an O'Connor head, tripod head,
Yeah, on like, and okay.
and they have a focus puller beside
Okay,
them.
did they have one though? There's one I saw where it's on an actual like crane arm. Have you
Okay.
seen this?
No, I haven't, but that's awesome.
It was on a crane arm, and then there's another one where there's like a massive lens attached to it, like this big.
Oh, yeah.
Huge. But it's funny because, like, I mean, I obviously understand why they would do this, but I just think it's absolutely hilarious that they tried to do this.
Right. Well, okay, so you think about like 28 days later was filmed on a digital camera, right? There's this one description of like the first time I think the DOP picked up, it's so funny, he's showing me a picture of the iPhone right now. The first time the DOP picked up a digital camera, it was the immediacy of being able to watch playback that like blew his mind. So he was like, I'm just going to start shooting movies on this. And then they ended up shooting 28 days later. They said, obviously this isn't the quality of a film camera, but it's stylized and it kind of works to what we're trying to establish. So I believe maybe shooting it on an iPhone is an homage to the digital camera that shot 28 days later.
I definitely agree with that fully. I also think that, there's an element of the Blair Witch Project effect that like that kind of swept everybody. And I feel like that sort of started this whole like digital camera movies on a digital camera trend because it reduced the budget and, you were able to do all this stuff and it made it look more real and I guess feel as if like you're
POV.
watching something real happen. You know?
Like a POV almost.
Yeah. The difference between 28 years later and the Blair Witch is that this was a $75 million budget filmed on an iPhone. Granted,
hilarious.
Tons of zombies, probably a shit ton of visual effects.
Oh my gosh.
Tons of makeup, tons of practical effects.
Expensive actors.
You got Cillian Murphy in there. Obviously, he's produced it. Maybe not him. Who knows? But you got a lot of big actors in there. It's crazy that with that big of a film, they chose to film it on an iPhone. I feel like it's kind of a risk. Obviously, they had a bunch of screen tests.
Yes.
I haven't seen any BTS. That like I've seen what's available online.
I am sure that they did
sure.
extensive screen tests. However, we also know that the proof of concept is the shot by iPhone commercials.
Yeah.
We know that those shot on iPhone commercials are not actually shot on the out-of-the-box iPhone. We've seen the BTS of those before. None of them are just pick them up and shoot it. That's true.
Even the Olivia Rodrigo music video,
Right.
which is really well done.
Yeah.
Shot on iPhone.
I mean, we're still using dollies. We're still using, camera
Massive
attachments,
cranes.
interchangeable lenses, which are not accessible to you, the iPhone user, right out of the box.
I think the funny thing about this, and some of the things, the comments that I read and some of the videos I watched already, is like, think about how many extra hoops people had to go through to make this system work. You needed to have basically like Teradeks, like live wireless monitors shooting out a live feed so that you could have focus pullers on.
Third-party shooting apps
Yeah, you need
on
to have,
your iPhone.
Exactly.
You can't just open that thing up and pull on video and
No.
press play.
No. How did you get the live output so that the focus puller can use it, so the director can see it, so the
Manual
producer can see
exposure.
it? Crazy. Yeah, like what settings? Is it a movie app? Are they just shooting it raw in like the iPhone app?
Right. No.
That's what I mean.
can promise you that. I think the positive that we can take out of this is the same thing that we can say about 28 days later, which is at that point, that was the digital camera revolution.
Yes.
Right? I would say that we've already had our iPhone revolution. That's like the shot on iPhone revolution is past.
Yep.
But this is, not to be cliche, a piece of inspiration for budding filmmakers that they can look to like AAA movies and say, wow, this thing was shot on an iPhone. Sure, there was some modifications done to it, but at its core, it's still an iPhone sensor.
Which is so crazy.
Right?
So crazy.
So
I feel like it gives no excuse to filmmakers.
That's what I'm saying. So like, sure, you can get those focal lengths or whatever types of like shots that you're getting because you're shooting a custom lenses. But at the end of the day, that sensor is still only capable of what an iPhone is capable of. So it needs to be lit correctly. But the number one thing, non-technical, is that gear does not matter if the story is good enough. That, I think...
Really trying to get sentimental up in here.
I'm just saying that, like, this is what we're saying. Like, it does not matter.
No, you're right. You have to have a good story. I feel like, from what I read, when they went to pitch this, I think it was Danny Boyle and his co-writer, it was something where they felt like they had to pitch it to the studio still and be like, hey, this is a good story that we want to come to you with.
Right.
And that's why it got greenlit. It wasn't something like...
I also just can't imagine what that conversation was. Oh, yeah, by the way, we're going to shoot it on an iPhone.
That's what I'd love to know from Danny Boyle.
Right.
Is like,
right.
Was this like a conversation that was, we're almost done the script, but we're not shooting it unless it's filmed on iPhone?
I mean,
like,
that's
how
why
did that come up?
That's why Cillian Murphy is a producer, because he was there when they shot 28 Days Later with a digital camera. And he said, probably thought it doesn't matter what this thing's shot on.
True. Well, that's why I wanted to bring this up. Are you familiar with the DOP, Anthony Dodd Mantle?
Didn't he shoot Slumdog Millionaire?
He did shoot Slumdog Millionaire.
It's like one of my favorite movies because of the song Jai Ho.
Yeah, it's a great song. Do you know what else he shot?
No.
28 Days Later.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
He's worked a lot with Danny Boyle, but what I thought was crazy is that he's actually shot some incredible films that are pretty much exclusively Ari films. So I find it really crazy, obviously, that he was taking this leap as well. Obviously, he was there for when they shot the original one, so he was up for the challenge. But I just thought it was super interesting seeing his, his repertoire and being like, damn, like he shot 28 Days Later. He shot Slumdog Millionaire. He shot The Last King of Scotland, which is also a pretty crazy cinematic film.
127 hours.
127 hours was what I was looking at, which I was like, damn. Like,
Yep.
I think they used a lot of interesting filming techniques on there too. So I think it's pretty funny because he shot Snowden, Trainspotting 2, shot some pretty crazy stuff. I think this is like, he's also the kind of guy that's like willing to take these random
100%.
risks.
Right.
I don't know. I'd be curious if Danny Boyle had the same conversation with like, what's his name?
Cillian.
No, DOP, blanking, 1917.
Oh, Roger Deakins.
Yeah, if he had the same conversation with Roger Deakins, do you think Roger Deakins would say, hell yeah, brother, let's shoot it on iPhone?
Right. And I'm not sure about final product, but I do know that he shot a test, which was like an hour-long thing of 1917 on a Panasonic G7.
Well, it's also based on a true story. I think that was filmed on that, was it not?
Wait, what?
Wasn't 127 hours? Oh, 1917, sorry. I thought you said 127 hours. My bad.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure 127 hours was shot.
No, it was shot like
true
on a
story.
Panasonic like mirrorless camera.
Yeah.
So I mean, like maybe someone like Roger Deakins is like, well, I've already got my Oscar. I want to go for another one. So whatever. But this could be like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
This is a good question. Can you win best cinematography if you shoot with an iPhone?
Whoa.
Because what is the criteria?
I know. That's the funny thing is like, if you won an Oscar for best cinematography shooting literally a blockbuster like this with your iPhone, literally just like me, just like this, just like this, versus it's on a techno crane and a mega dolly. I mean, obviously you're the one calling the shots and the movements, so you probably deserve an Oscar.
So we haven't seen the film, obviously, but my question is, was there moments where because they were shooting on iPhone, they thought, okay, we want to do like we're in a really tight space or something like that. Let's just rip this thing off of the amounts, off of the attachments.
Oh God.
If there are shots where there's a naked iPhone, that shot,
I would love to see it.
the completed product, that would be like just one. I just want one.
You think they ever shot 0.5 for the sake of me? Because I would shoot 0.5.
I love 0.5.
I love 0.5. I feel like Danny Boyle would have killed me if I rolled up on set and was like, yo, can we shoot 0.5?
Hey, just like this. What if, okay, one sec. This is how every day started on set. They're like, all right, guys, we're here, day 33.
Almost drops it. Almost drops the camera.
Okay, I'm good to go.
Okay, a better question
How many
is,
jokes do you think were made?
I want to know a better question. Obviously, they probably bought the iPhone. But what if it was just like Danny Boyle's iPhone? They just slapped in his iPhone Pro 15 Max, then he gets a phone call mid-set. He's like, whoa, hold on, guys, it's the producer. Rips it out. Yeah, we're running out of money, I know, but we're shooting on an iPhone. We're saving money.
The iPhone's on a techno crane, then all of a sudden, just when he's about to record, a message widget pops up. He's like, oh, hold on 1 second. Puts it on Do Not Disturb. All right, I'm ready.
Well, here's the thing. And I'm curious about this. Give me a sec to do some quick math because I'm just curious. I want to know how many shooting days do you think this was?
28 days. I'm excited to see it. Excited to see what it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, I know they didn't do it to save money, so let's hope they pulled it off. I mean, the trailer obviously was hype as hell. Sad we have to wait till next year. I can't wait.
Kill off Killian.